It's time to have a little vent. Customers and user journeys. Number one is 3 Mobile. 2 years ago, I decided to change my number. So I've been in Bali and just, you get loads of marketing stuff and everything. And anyway, I changed my number to 3 Mobile. I was back in the UK. So it's a brand new number. I only gave it out to a few people to start with. But ever since I did that new number, I would always have sales calls from people pretending to be 3 or other services. So 3 basically sold my number immediately. The contract's just ended and I'm having more calls. I just had another call then, which inspired this video, saying my SIM card is going to be blocked in 2 days. So probably another nonsense sales call, but I'm seriously considering dropping 3 altogether and changing my number over to somebody else, like O2, who do have international coverage, which leads nextly onto my next frustration, the French visa situation. Now, you have to apply on the French visa website, and the website's a bit dated. The instructions are not up to date. At various steps, it's telling you need this bit for the next thing and you can't proceed, but actually you only need those for the physical appointment. You have to apply online, and then you have to use another service to book this appointment, either in Manchester, Edinburgh or London. And it's such a convoluted process. It's taken quite a while to sort out, and just the instructions are not there. It doesn't tell you the full process when you begin. It's a bit like all these legal things. They never tell you the whole process. It's just bit by bit. So it's given me like some ideas, because I've also looked at some websites that help you do this, and it's a lot of people selling the services. Again, the information isn't displayed very easily. I think we finally got there and we've booked an appointment for a week, but it's taken far longer than it should have done. And it's just a magical mystery tour, which could just be massively improved by, first of all, spelling out. They do have 5 steps that tell you what you need to do, but they are not accurate. You don't need photos physically now. You only need those for the meeting, but it's kind of telling you can't proceed on that step unless you have these photos, but it's just not true. We finally got there, but it just amazes me. There must be so many people very frustrated with these services. But yeah, we seem just got to get a bit more information and some insurance sorted, print a load of documents in the form and get some pictures tomorrow, and then that will be all the stuff. We will be able to stay in France for a year, which will be great. Stability, the year of stability, 2026. Yeah, the third thing, after just tired last night, I was watching a little bit of YouTube and doing a little bit of admin at the same time, and then I saw this ad. Now, I'm always interested in ads because I like clicking on ads, because I like to see the user journey. I like to see the process of what's going on. And so, yeah, this ad was on the YouTube as a video. It wasn't a video, it was an ad. They just click in the placeholder where the videos will be. And it said, only 1 in 100 get this right. And it was a link to an IQ test. And I like doing IQ tests for whatever reason, from time to time. It's good for the brain. I used to have a lot of those brain app things. And anyway, I'm doing enough now. I don't need the apps, I'd say, but we're trying to start 100 startups in 1,000 days. So yeah, I click on the ad. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. It takes you straight into the test. You don't have to enter any information, all this stuff. It said you've got up to 20 minutes, might take between 10 and 15. I think, oh, well, no, let's have a little go at this. So I do the test, and it's well laid out. It's very simple. And it's common IQ test questions, which I'm quite familiar with. So I got a lot of them quite easy. And then it comes up with a pop-up kind of stroking your ego saying, oh, you're doing well. You're doing 97% quicker than other people. And then it comes up with another pop-up after another 5 questions or so saying, oh, you're doing really well, you're in this top percentile. Anyway, you get to the end of the 25 questions. A few at the end were hard. And I just kind of guessed because I was kind of getting over it, and I knew what was coming. I kind of knew what was coming, but I just had to finish it just to prove to myself what was coming here. And this is like the opposite of what we're going to do with nonconformity company. They don't give you anything for free, and I know they're going to at least want an email address here. So I was prepared to do that and just stick in another email address. So yeah, I get to the end and it's like, oh, congratulations, you've done so well. we're just going to tally up your things now. And it had 3 progress bars of steps. And then when they were going across, it came up with some questions. And now this is very good. It was like, they were all kind of questions that you answered yes or no to. And they were all like, yeah, of course, yeah. It was like, you know, would you like to improve, see your IQ and learn how to improve? Would you like to compare yourself to others? And this is a good sales technique because you get the customer in the yes zone. So if you're selling something to somebody, you want to ask them a load of questions where their answer is going to be yes. And once they start saying yes, when it comes to the sale, there's a lot more chance that they're just going to say yes. So I was loving observing this and just going through the journey. And then it was like, yeah, you got to put in your email. I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, here's the email. And then it said, oh, the price is only going to be £1.66 or something. But then it was like, yeah, but that's for the day, but you've got to pay for a week ahead. So they wanted $10 basically to release this report. So they didn't give me any of the report, any of the information. They drip fed it through and got me in this yes phase, got my email, and then wanted money. I was like, no chance. No chance. But people have invested so much time. So much time by this point, and they've got you in the yes phase, that I'm sure they're doing very well, but it's just sneaky, isn't it? It's just not honest business. It's just not the way to do things. That money should have been said that it's up front, and that's what we're doing with a lot of our sales pages. We're letting you know whether it's going to be free. We're letting you know whether we're testing that business. We're letting you know whether we're crowdfunding it, or we'll let you know early on several times if there's a cost associated with that. So people know, because you're always wondering, aren't you? All of the things today, all of the sales pitches and calls and adverts and online programs and videos and emails, everybody's wanting cash. So whenever you see something that might, the ads now are very good with the algorithms. They know what people want. It's all tuned in together. They're listening, analyzing everything. And so the ads are very, very good. Like even now, if I'm an ad creator, this is the proof that they are listening and doing it this way. If before you had to put in all of the categories, demographics of who you wanted to sell like to 20 to 29-year-old males who are into business, and categorize all of this. Now you can just have a product and just use your AI to work out who best to sell this to. The more that they sell, the more people advertise. The more they sell, the more the sellers are going to go with them. So you can kind of they've made it so easy now to just go, yeah, find me all the perfect customers, because they'll have been listening to everybody and algorithmically sizing it all for you. So these ads, they know what we want. And everybody wants a piece, but even if something piques your interest, which they do a lot more now, you're instantly on guard and thinking, well, what do they want from me? It's at least going to be an email. Everybody wants some money. At what stage do they want the money? I'm just a big fan of putting that up front, so there's no funny business involved. But yeah, this is our new Airbnb, massive garden. It is more expensive here. It's more expensive in England. It was last minute as well, 2,300 for the month. But we're just looking at it like we've got 600 euros, which is £527 for the next year. So, and we didn't have any costs last month because my parents were away and we were kind of house sitting most of the time they were away. So I just worked it out, averaging this and that and the free, it works out at £600 a month costs, including bills and accommodation. So that's how I'm kind of looking at this expensive one here. Just a stepping stone so we can get these visas. Luckily going to Manchester visa centre and probably book a hotel, because the only appointments are available in the morning to get that next week. So just got to get everything together. There's always more. It just feels like front loading work on the business, front loading all this, but it's for a reason and it will just be good to get there. Okay.